Decarbonising heat in existing buildings is a huge challenge and we shouldn't trivialise it. One of the quick wins is hybrid solutions. And the reason for that is even a modestly sized heat pump will yield a huge portion of the decarbonisation of a whole building. Straight swap boilers for heat pumps can be done, but it requires a lot of investigation, it requires a lot of engineering, and it requires a lot of sacrifices to be made in terms of space for that building. Both are completely possible, and both can be scaled. But it's really important to understand at the start of the project what the budget is, what the constraints are, and what bounds those constraints. And that's something we can help with. Understanding the system prior to embarking on any type of optioneering is really, really important. The main reasons for that is you have to try and work out how the building lives and breathes. Once we understand that, we can then work out how much of an impact each solution would make. That optioneering analysis may weight the correct solution towards a certain design or certain philosophy, but we'll only know that if we actually understand how the building works in the summer, in the winter, and actually, does the building work at this moment in time? Are we trying to fix some of the problems that exist at the moment with this design, or are we simply taking a wonderfully working sewing machine of a building and trying to decarbonise it? Some of the key metrics and key information that we require to help design are things like true heating load for the building, not just installed capacity, temperatures the building operates at. For example, if it's on a variable temperature circuit, what's the minimal and maximum it goes to? How much space is available for the heat pumps? Is there any spare electrical capacity? What are the unknown factors? For example, the building is in use 24/7. Items like that really help us help designers build a few different options of viable solutions. So we should try and set out some KPIs during that design phase to ultimately understand, are we reaching the performance targets laid out with the design and installation? If we are reaching them, can we improve upon them? But most importantly, what we're trying to do is scale out those KPIs for the future. If we have a KPI for a hybrid solution, then what would that look like with a full heat pump solution? By understanding that metric, we understand how the building performs, and we can relate that back and improve our designs in the future. So we all know that phrase, fabric first. So what does that actually mean? Well, in architectural terms, it basically means to design with energy efficiency in mind, so we reduce the burden on the heating plant. With existing buildings, specifically with renewables, what we're trying to do is reduce the power or the size of the heating plant to heat the building, and to lower the operating costs by reducing the amount of heat that's lost from the building. That heat can be lost with air infiltration, also known as a leaky building. It can also be lost through the building fabric, which is why sometimes we have to improve things like the insulation. Then most importantly, what happens when we can't improve the fabric? And this is one of the biggest challenges. If you take an existing building, a Grade A listed building, or something where it's just not feasible to improve the fabric, how do we improve upon that? Well, what we have to do is try and offset those inefficiencies by having complementary technologies. So for example, heat pump running costs may increase because we have a leaky building that we can't fix or can't improve to a point that we're satisfied. But we can offset that inefficiency by having on-site generation, things like PV, photovoltaics. So we're generating our own electricity, so we don't need to pull as much electricity from the grid. So we're improving the overall system efficiency by having that one inefficiency. At Baxi, we want to support all of our customers with their decarbonising journey, no matter who they are: client, building owner, installer, designer, FM contractor. We can help you because we want to open source our knowledge. We've got years of experience with not just replacements and new build, but our experience bounced through our whole group. As part of BD Arthemea, we've been decarbonising across Europe for many, many years, long before the UK even thought about this. We develop industry-leading solutions. We don't just manufacture products. And that solution is different for every building type. But whether you want to just learn from us, pick up the phone, speak to us, whether you want us to come see your project and look at some of the options that you're maybe looking at prior, get in contact. We stand shoulder to shoulder with designers and installers, helping them overcome the unique problems each project brings. And we want to support heating engineers by designing pragmatically easy to install, service and maintain solutions.